Kieffer and Veronica. 46.7 had them in third place. Such a brilliant test for them yesterday.
Well, and she really gets down into the ground. You can see that horse really can lower down and stretch out in her stride to cover the ground. Whee. Very efficient.
Yeah, look
Very
at her little
efficient
face.
in the air.
Her ears just are pricked forward. Liking her job right now. Gotta love those little
Another
mares.
mare fan.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Holly, of course, rides wonderful mare.
Just to look forward to later on. Sadly, we're not going to see Sir Mark Todd out on course here at Rolex with a lower. They've decided to withdraw before cross country.
And you know, he didn't have the best day yesterday.
No.
You know, not a very good mark in the dressage.
Not
so
enormously surprised.
he could be going to Plan B to hit another big competition this spring. And,
yeah,
and
he
have
withdrew a lower from badminton in order to confirm his horses
really interesting.
there.
When we were walking the
Monday,
course,
so he'll go to Le Moulin maybe. Sorry, Holly.
No. When we walked up just for fun, we walked the strides there, and like we walked 13 strides, like a show jump stride, and every single horse has gone down in 10. Like that's how that different.
The difference in the length of stride between.
Like that's the difference with like when they're on cross country as opposed to show jumping.
Followers of Bobby Meyerhoff and Dunlavin's token, I can tell you that sadly they were eliminated on course as we watch Veronica and Lauren Kieffer at this first ward at fence 5.
Beautiful.
Wow, and she was quite to the right there.
She's
you know,
a
some
tight
of the
line.
riders have been
Goes into the lead as Lauren and Veronica
out on course. And just joining us here, we've got Will Fawdry that's just come in. So thank you, Holly, for sharing.
Thank you for
best
having
of
me.
luck to you tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
So thanks so much to Holly. We keep an eye on Lauren Kieffer and Veronica. She heads towards the hammock at the top of the course, fence 10.
And Holly had her little shout out to the California riders and support crew at home. And so I'd like to give a little shout out to my team at home. I know they're watching in the stables, following the coverage and keeping track of things. So thanks, guys, for keeping the barn running at home. So, Will, how you doing?
Oh, I'm all right.
You're all right. We were really surprised to see you pull up there after you got that big table done, but I understand you'd had a problem earlier on the course.
Yeah, it wasn't our day. He warmed up great and started out good, and you know, the hard part about going first out is you don't know how it's riding, and after watching it, I probably
right up to that corner.
Yeah, she did. I would have stayed out and done the 5, but it just wasn't his day, and so I thought I'd save him for another one.
Well, that was smart. We were commenting on what excellent horsemanship is required in the sport, and you definitely exercise good judgment there in saving your horse for another day. So we're excited to have you here with us, though, to talk about Lauren's ride here and give us some insight on how these jumps rode.
She's well up on time, Will, as she comes to this 13th. It was really nice to work with Karen as she watched Veronica's test yesterday. Karen O'Connor, who rode this horse previously, and she was so genuine and generous with her praise of what Lauren's achieved.
It's amazing too watching Lauren ride. It's a little bit of a spitting image of Karen. It's really fun, and you know, obviously Lauren has looked up to Karen for many years and is duplicating her ride.
So that's the first one that we've seen go to that option as a plan.
Yeah.
But she didn't lose much time there.
No, we'll be interested now. The 6-minute marker is...
It's just coming up.
Yeah, it's just coming up. So she's still going to be inside it.
Yeah, she's going to be right on it.
What it means is she can't afford another long route, and she just has to ride that little bit more in top gear through some of the bigger, more complex combinations like the Rolex Head of the Lake. So she set that challenge for herself.
Lauren's such a fantastic rider, and it's really fun to see her coming up into the ranks. She's done such a beautiful job with this mare.
And she's a little right of the line. You can see the path that some of the other riders have taken. And she makes it work for her.
Yeah,
Again,
she rode a half moon through there.
She sure did.
It's amazing how well they're picking up the line through that, because I think we all walked it and thought Derek was off his rocker.
Uh-oh. Is there a hold on course?
Yeah, could be. This is a stopping point.
And that can really disrupt your rhythm. You know, Lauren's had a great rhythm going with that horse, and now she's got to wait while they push her rhythm.
Just update you on a couple of scores as well. Alice Dunstan for Great Britain and Fernhill Present, they finished up on 102.4. They did sadly have one stop on course and some time. And Caitlin Spurlock and Expedience have retired at the Rolex head of the lake.
This mare is looking very good coming down to the head of the lake. Really good ride over that table for Lauren.
So it'll be a little while before we get a clock back for Lauren. And just Will or Gina, you know, when you come back, you must feel that, you know, that you ride a little bit out of your skin, I imagine, for a little while straight after a hold.
Well, it requires a lot of emotional control. You know, for sure, the sport is a lot about, oh, stay on top. Oh, I thought she was going to reroute, but boy, she was brave to get herself organized. And that's probably an example of, you know, just getting that little loss of rhythm. The course is designed to have a flow, so let's see if she can get back on track here quickly.
Her position was so excellent there too, though, for those watching at home. You know, where she jumped into the head of the lake, the mare's had a bit of a hold after the hold on course. She had a good ride over the table, and then as she jumped into that, jumped in the drop in, and the mare just hung a bit of a knee. Lauren was in just a great position to be right behind her to just give her the confidence to keep coming to the fish.
Yeah, for sure. These riders are top athletes, just as the horses are. It requires a lot of core strength and a lot of body control, you know, especially when you have a horse losing its balance and maybe stumbling out from underneath of you. But Lauren used her excellent athleticism to help that horse stay on her feet.
Absolutely.
Stay on top.
You talk about great position. One of the most iconic images of last year's Rolex was, of course, Andrew Nicholson and Quimbo going in. He looked like he was sitting in an armchair, one hand off the reins, going into that head of the lake drop.
Yeah, excellent balance being displayed.
Ears still pricked coming up to the Normandy bank here.
And it looks like she might still be there or thereabouts on her time. The 9-minute marker will come up after this Normandy bank.
Good ride, Lauren.
So
And
Lauren has judged this really well.
They do stop the clock. You know, when there is a hold on course, the rider's time is stopped, so they are not penalized for the hold on course.
And you know that all the trainers and grooms, the minute they pass that stopping flag, everybody's hitting their watch, so everybody's got an accurate time on it. But she's right on the 9-minute there, so she can keep on this pace, and the mare looks still full of runs, so it'd be awesome to see Lauren come into the lead. What a great rider for the future of our sport.
Yeah, Lauren's had 3 international wins with this horse since she took over the ride from Karen in early 2013, including the big Chattahoochee Hills International last May. They were part of the Nations Cup squad at Boekelo in the Netherlands last year. And this is Veronica's second visit. Karen had a perler of a fall in the head of the lake when Veronica first came to Rolex.
Slowed down quite a bit there before that table. The mare is still jumping well, but you know, it's hard to explain to people who have not ridden at the level, but when you get to that 9.5, 10-minute mark, you don't have a lot of options. You don't have that kick and you don't have that pull left. You've got to ride with what you have. So she spent a lot of time setting up for that, which that just shows her horsemanship and her experience.
Just about 5 seconds inside as she crossed what I reckon's the 10-minute marker over the hillside red cabins now.
Yeah, and you'll see her really kick down the hill here, hopefully gain a couple seconds back. And it'll be interesting to see what she does here at this last combination. There is a 3-stride there. You got to be pretty gutsy to take it. But we'll see what she does here. It looks like she's heading up for the 4th stride. Yeah, beautiful though.
Lauren Kieffer and Veronica
Lauren.
heading on towards home. Lauren, who's been around the Rolex at Kentucky Horse Park before with snooze alarm. Comes to the angled log. It's good on the clock.
Come on, Lauren.
She was.
So clear inside the time would mean she can go into stadium no lower than 3rd.
Well
and
done.
only just over a pole behind the leader if Allison and Arthur go clear. Lauren and Veronica, 11 minutes, 1 second. Nothing to add, 46.7 their score. And they go into our winner's circle at the moment.
Well done, Lauren.